Shelters across the city of Chico are filling up. There are 61 pallet shelters left available at the new site in South Chico. There are 58 beds available at the Torres Shelter and 4 total beds open at the Jesus Center. Action News Now reporter Ryan Ketchum is live in Chico. So Ryan, does the city have a plan in case the shelters do fill up?
They're planning on creating more shelters if they fill up, maybe even more pallet shelters, just like the one behind me. If you actually go down this long dirt road off of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway, that's where the pallet shelter site is. Now, the settlement agreement says that the city of Chico is only allowed to move homeless people off of city property into these shelters if there's enough shelter space available for them to go to. The settlement agreement also says that the pallet shelter site can have no more than 177 shelters, which it does, but they're already filling up. Chico city officials say they're working on a plan to be ready in case the sites reach full capacity.
So we're looking at, potentially other sites where we could put pallet shelters, or other sites where we could do congregate shelter. So we're going to continue to look at our options. We're not, sitting just sort of waiting for that to happen.
If they need to make them extra pallet shelters for another 100-something people, why not do it so that they can get into a pallet shelter so that we're not up on the streets, so that you guys ain't having problems with trash and stuff like that, because that's a big problem out here is the garbage.
Chico city officials will be handing out 7-day notices at Comanche Creek next week. This is actually what Comanche Creek has been looking like today. They say there are around 100 people living at Comanche Creek right now. The city says that is, but there is enough shelter space available for all of them to go to. Right now, the city only has 3 shelters that it is referring people to, homeless people. That's the Jesus Center, Torres Shelter, and the Pallet Shelter site, which is right here behind me along that long dirt road, as I mentioned. We also want to remind everyone that the city cannot force homeless people into these shelter sites. It can only recommend them. So homeless people, they can move there if they want to after they met with the city, or they could just pack up and move to another homeless camp that the city has not already cleared out. Reporting live from the Pallet Shelter site in Chico, I'm Ryan Ketchum. Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Ryan. Now, the city plans to have extra patrol units looking over all the campsites that it has cleared out. Anyone who moves back in will be immediately removed or arrested if necessary.